Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Do women really want the 3% men? Man, and this video was inspired, or this podcast, I gotta get the terms right, but this podcast was inspired by a video done by Kevin Samuels. And the video was called Responses from 3% Men, Rebecca Lynn Pope. Right, and he was, his video was in response to that infamous video by Miss Rebecca Lynn Pope about, the unrealistic standards, right? And, when I first saw the video, because I was actually checking out a video this brother did on, turning the character Lawrence in Insecure from lame, quote unquote lame, to a classic man. And and I saw how you see those videos on the side. I said 3% men, is this a new one? Right? And I clicked that on. I was like, oh, okay. And just real quick, check that brother out, because he's an image consultant. And I've talked about style before in a video many moons ago now, since I be putting out one every day. That's like an ancient one now, but check that brother out. He's an image consultant. If you want to kind of change your image and everything, check his stuff out, sub him, check out his other stuff, because style is everything. Style is everything. I mean, sometimes if you got style, you average looking but got some style, that makes up a lot. That take you, in a woman's eyes, take you from like a 6 to an 8. No joke. And I've had women actually said that. And I've had women say, shoot, like I said, hey, I've known dudes get a blowjob just because their shoes were right. No joke. But anyway, right? Do women really want the 3% men? Because in his video, when he was talking about it, because this is a tall brother, and he said, ain't always what women, they say they want that guy, the 3% guy. Let me back up. The 3% guy is those guys that are 6'2" in that 3%. And I guess you would, put in they got money and all that stuff, right? And, of course, you got a lot of black women, they want that real tall guy who got money, got accomplished. But Kevin Samuels, he pointed out something real. And this is something I don't know personally. Because, I can say I got other things, but I'm not 6'2". So this is definitely outside looking in. But I've talked with a lot of tall brothers who got that thing going on. And it ain't like a bed of roses. Women, a lot of times, especially a lot of black women, will say, well, I want this man. I want that type of man. And it seems impossible, right? But the funny thing is, the men who actually reach that ideal, and I don't mean just in terms of height, but in terms of being professional, in terms of making money, in terms of that image, it's not a bed of roses. It's not a bed of roses. And, the question has to become, do women really want that man? Right? Do they really want him? Now, there's two things with that, in my, not so humble opinion. I try to be humble, but let's be real. Two things with it. Yeah, one thing, many women, they just say they want that man, right? They'll say, oh, well, he got to be 6'2", he got to be handsome, he got to be chocolate or light-skinned, or he gotta have curly hair. They'll say all that. And then they'll say, well, I can't find that man. The real deal with that, and I'm just gonna put this straight up there. I know I'm gonna piss off somebody, but the real deal is, that's an excuse as to why they not with a person. They're single, so they can't just say, hey, I got some stuff out here, I need to look in the mirror and deal with. They just saying that because they don't think, first of all, they probably don't think that type of man exists. So when they say they can't find them, then it's, oh, well, this is what I want. That's my standard. And then, when they don't meet him or they're not obviously with him, well, he don't really exist. And it's just an excuse. It's just an excuse instead of looking in the mirror and say, nah, they got a personality issue, or they might need to lose some weight. You know, that's what they they go in there and say that. All right. You know, that unicorn or something. All right. So that's just an excuse. But the second thing is, you got some women, they sincerely want to get with those type of guys. And they might even met those type of men, right? But do they really know how to deal with that type of man? See, and this is a big thing. And this is a story I told before. You know it's not a Rom Wills video unless there's an Uncle Rom story, right? I remember, and I talked about this a while ago. I remember I went to this little expo, a little small thing. I had a survey. See, a lot of the stuff I say is not just off the top of my head. I've given out a lot of surveys. I've actually sat in what could be called focus groups with just women. All right, I've done the actual research, and which could be peer reviewed. I can actually do that. But check it out, right? I gave out a survey and I said I put down the perfect man, right? I put down perfect man. I said, ladies, what would happen if you met this type of man? All right. And the older women who took it, these are women who were married. And they say, yeah, treating with respect and all that stuff, all the good stuff, right? And they were sincere. The younger women didn't answer the survey, not a single one. If the woman was like under 35, did not answer the survey. They just sat there and looked at it. I mean, seriously, I would see them and they were out there pondering and stuff. A lot of women say they want that and they sincerely want it. They don't know what to do with that type of man. They really do. They don't know. They'll reject every guy. It's like, well, you too short. You're not tall enough. Oh, wait a minute. You broke. You don't have any money. No, does a woman know what to do with that man? And I'll say that to any woman. I'll say that you can get in the comments. I'm going to be like my usual gruff self sometimes when I am with some comments I don't agree with. But seriously, and this for any ladies listening, if you actually met that man, he's like over 6'2", right? Handsome, I'll say conspicuously handsome, like, other people would think he's handsome. Right? He got some style, he got money, he got visible source of money. He ain't trying to be low key like a lot of brothers and stuff. He's just like, yeah, he got that nice car and everything. Would you know what to do with him? Would you know how to handle that man? Because think about something, and this is some real talk right here. A lot of women, when they deal with a man, they used to calling him trifling. Because, and you see this all the time, The other day, I was just happening to be looking at one of those court shows. I think it was Divorce Court, right? And there was a sister one there, had this young good bar type of brother. And first of all, he was significantly younger than her. But she was like complaining about him, always putting him down and everything. The judge even called her out on that, right? Now, if that same woman meets, say, that same brother, right? But that brother, instead of being somebody who's still finding his way in life, he had a thriving career. He had his own spot. He had his own vehicle. Didn't need anything from her. Would she know how to deal with him? Would she know okay, this dude got everything. Would a woman really know how to deal with that type of man? Now, she can't talk about, well, I'm more educated or something like that, and this dude got 2 degrees to your 1. Or I'm making so much money, and, this dude is even in a rarefied category of making 6 figures. And as an aside, real quick, I need to do a video on that. Only 7% of the American population even make 6 figures, and some of that 7% is including households, which means it's a combined salary. It cracks me up when you get some women, particularly on YouTube or in the comments, and some do videos saying, oh, I got this great guy and he's making 6 figures. I'm like, it's amazing, especially since you never see their pictures. Yeah, but these women, they got this great guy that's just so rare. But yet they got time to be in everybody's comments trolling and everything. Just want to throw that out there a bit. But with a woman, how many women would know how to deal with that guy? It's like you can't put him down. You can't say you're superior to him in any way. But you're used to dealing with guys like that. So you get with this guy, and this guy ain't going to tolerate any bullshit. A lot of guys who get up there, they can have whatever the fuck they want. The whole world is their oyster. Would they deal with that type of woman? So would a woman know how to deal with a guy who, if he's 6'2", or taller, if he got money, he's conspicuously handsome, nice body, conspicuously got money, would that woman not only be able to deal with him, but the 15 other women trying to holler? And some women would do that blatantly in front of their face. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Would they be able to deal with that? So, there's more than an angle to it. Now, a lot of women got mad at Miss Pope's video. And, but my thing is, and I'm kind of in agreement with Kevin Samuels. I mean, he check out his video, because like I said, when I do these any type of response, I don't like to go point for point. I just add my 2 cents. But check out what he was saying. This dude is in that demographic, and he'll tell you, he ain't all that. He ain't like these women, really know how to deal with that type of guy. So look, it's I want some women to answer on this one. I know, man, you got my usual intelligent commenters and stuff throwing some stuff in, but I'm like, do you really want that? And then I would even ask a further question: have you ever dealt with that type of man? Yeah, I was about to end this video, right? But that's another question. Do they really want the 3% man? And how many women have actually dealt with a man on that level? And I'm dead serious. See, that's what kills me too. These women get mad for somebody for saying it's unrealistic, but then for many women, I say there are some women out there who can get that type of man easily. But those women are usually the top as far as physical attractiveness and cooperative personalities. But, how many women can actually say they've actually dealt with, they say they've been in a relationship with this type of man? Yeah, seriously, because it's funny how people want stuff they've never actually been with. And just to be fair, I tell guys this. I would say, don't put any women on a pedestal or say, hey, I'll get this foreign woman or this woman of this race and everything be hokey-dory. Don't say that until you actually been with some of them. So, yeah, there's a pro man channel, but I'm just, hey, that's something I say to the men. It's like, especially in private, I just say, hey, don't put that woman on a pedestal until you know what's up. Don't put that group of women. So, that's another angle. Do these women actually want those 3% men? But anyway, right? That's it. Check out Kevin Samuels' page. Some of y'all know y'all need to hit him up for some money. Y'all need to pay him. Y'all need to bless him. Y'all need to have him hook you up with that outfit or something, all right? That image. So anyway, right? That's it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.